The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Alongside Carson-Newman women's golf head coach Suzanne Strudwick, I am Danielle Whaley, and this is the Eagles Sports Network. And Carson-Newman is getting ready to kick off the spring slate at the Spring Kickoff Intercollegiate down in Florida. And Coach, last time we talked, you mentioned how there's a lot of competition between the team. But you look at the fall, the identity of the top four was really solidified. But there is that competition for that fifth spot and even the individuals. What have you seen out of the mentality of your team with that battle going on throughout the spring?
Yeah, there's definitely, as we talked about before, a little bit step up of intensity. Our practice, the weather has been cooperating, and so it's given us a wide variety of what we're going to see this spring. Tournament season, so we've had rain, we've had warm, we've had snow, we've had frost, we've had wind, we've had everything. So the last 3 weeks we've really been able to, I think, have a good practice and good preparation to get ready. So I'm excited. As I said, I feel like the top 3-4 are pretty much separated themselves and they've solidified their positions on the team. The other team members, there is definitely a battle going on. Yeah, and it filters through the whole team.
And one other thing you've talked about throughout the fall and even going into this spring is consistency. That's been there for the team. And they have a record ahead of them for the program. They could get a fourth straight top 3 finish, which would be the first time in program history. What does that say about the consistency of the group that you have? Yeah,
it talks to the depth of the team that we've never had before. So, out of the 12 girls on the team, 2 are out, one's redshirt, one's injured. So that's 10 players. And that between 6 and 10 position, it's very, very close, very close. The only thing that's separating them right now is experience of playing in tournaments. So, they've got to battle hard to make that individual spot, to show me that they're ready to play and gain experience. And so when you have that level of depth in the team and the only thing separating them is experience, that shows up in our 5 players that actually go, 6 players that go. And so, I think we can keep what we did in the fall, keep rolling on and just getting better and better.
And you do get to take 5 with you for this event, no individuals. But last year for the spring kickoff, that was the second event of the spring. So for this to be trying to build off of the 8th place performance last year for the first event of the spring, what are you hoping to see from your team as you really try to get the second half of the season rolling?
Yeah, I think the difference is that was at Kiowa. And it was a week earlier. It was last week, which, that the weather-wise, that's why we've pushed it out another week. I think, with that extra week of practice that we've had, being in Jacksonville, Florida, as opposed to Kiowa, I don't think in the last 4 years that we were there, we had conditions that were, temperatures, I don't think ever got above 45 degrees. So, there was some of the coldest weather that we've ever played in, that I've ever experienced as a player. So, I just got tired of battling that as our very first one and then trying to play catch up in the rankings because it does harm your stroke average. So I thought, we're just not going to do that again to ourselves. So we're starting this week later. We're going to be in Jacksonville. The weather looks great. A great field, both conference and regional teams. So if we do finish and manage to play, which we have all the ability in the world, then and finish in the top 3, that'll, I'm really confused in the national rankings of where we are 39th, because I know of teams in the top 25 that don't have our finishes and the consistency that are higher than us. And that, to me, there's something wrong. So I feel as though we're a much higher ranked team than we actually show, and that we need to step up and play to that. And that's going to be my talk to the girls, that, even though it says on paper we're 39th, actually we need to play to a top 20 team and show what actually we are capable of doing.
Coach, thank you so much for your time and best of luck at the spring kickoff.
Thank you.
She is Coach Suzanne Strudwick. I'm Danielle Whaley, and this is the Eagle Sports Network.